So I decided to go for a drive in my 1993 Mazda RX-7. And then, when I tried to put the radio on, my music wasn't playing. So now, unfortunately, I need to take my dash apart. But, while I'm in there, I might as well install this push button start. This actually comes out of a Honda S2000. So let's see if we can make Mazda and Honda best friends. Hi, I'm Aaron Forrester and welcome to Aaron's Eccentric Garage. When shared on the RX-7 page on Facebook that I was adding an S2000 start button to my car, the common question I received was about the startup procedure. So yes, I would still need the real key, put it into the ignition, turn the key to the run position, and then press the start button. To make this modification as easy as possible, I discovered a company called Gee Spec Automotive based out of California who makes various items for JDM cars, including a plug-and-play ignition harness for my FD body RX-7. This harness kit does come pre-built with connectors and relay all set to be used. At $95.99 plus shipping, the actual price is closer to $100. Although they make a harness to be used with other plugs, I chose to use the harness that is a direct plug and play with a Honda S2000 engine start button. With the harness on order, time to hit eBay. Thankfully, you can buy a brand new engine start button between $70 and $100 US and get it rather quickly. After receiving both items a few days later, it was time to start taking the gauge cluster and center console out of the car to fix my radio and to install the new engine start button. With the gauge cluster removed and doing very little Dremel work, I carefully enlarged the cigarette lighter housing to accommodate the new button that would go in its place, making it look like it was always meant to be there. To ensure that the button would stay fixed, I used a silicone-based automotive adhesive on the back. With the button installed and disconnecting the car battery, it was time to add the new harness. After removing the kick panel and the driver footwell, I located the original ignition relay and plug and disconnected them. After routing the connector going to the start button up into the dash, it was time to connect the female plug on my new harness into the corresponding male plug from the car. Once plugged in, the next step is to find a good ground location and a mounting point for the new ignition relay. Everything seemed to be going fine until it came time to test it all. It's plugged into the new kit and nothing. Currently I have it plugged into the original relay and my crank works fine. Plug into 12 volt power source and to the ground and showing proper 12 voltage. Alright, plugged in and watching your video. No continuity. Continuity on this one. After troubleshooting with Gee Spec, it turns out that two wires needed to be swapped and repinned. Once the harness was plugged back in, so even with the hiccup of the wiring, thanks to Gee Spec Automotive, I was able to repin the connector and the rest of the installation was pretty straightforward. So now that it's all back together, it's time to go for a drive.